Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Baby, it's cold outside. It's about 17 degrees in Idaho today. But I have the DJI Mini 3, the Mini 3 Standard I'll call it. There's a couple reasons for this flight today. Number one, I want to show you the quick shots on this drone and how they work. A lot of people are going to get this drone under their Christmas tree, so I wanted to get a video out there that shows people exactly what can be done with the quick shot modes that this drone provides. But the other thing is these temperatures. So we're very near the low range of what the Mini 3 is capable of. DJI says from 14 degrees Fahrenheit, and I believe that's minus 10 Celsius, to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, which would be 40 degrees Celsius. So it's a pretty good range, but we're very near that low range. So I want to see how the drone performs. And you know, there's some really high clouds, but there's enough light that it was worth doing this. And then we're going to go over those quick shots. So I'm cold. Let's quit messing around. Let's get this drone in the air. Hey, okay guys, I had to do a little firmware update there. I had another battery in there and it updated the firmware in the battery. Took it a minute. We are shooting in 4K 30, which is the max resolution on the Mini 3 Standard. Let's start recording now, and I'm going to do that on the controller so I can use my gloves. There we go. We got recording started. We're going to do a manual takeoff. That's both sticks down and in. That fires up the motors, and then up on the left stick. And we got the drone in a hover here. So let's bring it around and we'll bring it in here for a look. The cool thing about this drone is with no obstacle avoidance, you can do that without it freaking out on you here. But I'm just telling you, it's awful cold. Normally right now I would do a tap to focus, but I'm not going to do that because my fingers are cold. So I might be a little bit out of focus, but let's do our usual manual droney. So reverse and up now, reverse and up. And again, that silky smooth DJI flight controls, it just takes off. And you can see what we're faced with here. It is a snow white day in Idaho. This snow has actually been on the ground for a while. So it's kind of hard and crusty right now, but it's cold. As I said before, it's about 16 degrees. I'm going to kind of just give you a quick look around, and you can kind of see, you know, people that know that I fly out here often are pretty familiar with this landscape. That's the Walmart off in the distance there. And as we yaw around here, you're going to see the Costco. So all this stuff is, I just wanted to tell you, you know, I'm here in the summertime and I'm always complaining about the landscapers and their lawnmowers when I'm trying to put a video together. Don't need to worry about lawnmowers today. And there's Costco off in the distance. That looks like they're plenty busy. But let's quit messing around. Let's bring this guy back here, and let's try some of those quick shots. And so let me bring it down, back and down. Back towards us here. Let's see how fast this little guy can put on the brakes. There we go, not bad. Okay, so I'm going to grab the camera here and take it with me so that hopefully I can get some pictures of some of this stuff. So we're going to do this kind of two-handed. So we're going to push the drone out into the middle of the park here. And I will back the drone up as we go. And tromping around in the snow. Snow is actually softer than I thought it would be, but you can see this snow is pretty well tromped over. But there's a good reason that you're going to want to be out in the middle of an open area with this drone when you're doing the quick shots. Because this drone, as I said earlier, it has absolutely no obstacle avoidance. It's so cold I can't think of, it's hard for me to put words together. It's flipping cold out here, guys. But what I respect is you'll see off in the distance here as we're flying, you'll see a guy out there with his kids. They're doing a little football practice. So much respect for that. Okay, let's drop this camera down a little bit. And yeah, I'm gonna have to use that touch screen, aren't I? So I'm going to stop recording, and I'm going to click on that little film strip at the top, and it's going to, you see the little, looks like a reel of film that says QuickShots. I've got that, and it's on a droney first, so yeah, we might as well do that. So I'm going to, it's already got me spotted, so I'm going to click on myself. 30 meter, yeah, let's see. We can go further than that. Let's kick it up to 40 meter, and we're going to hit start, and you're going to see the drone. It's going to do a countdown, and then it will start the droney, and it will keep me as the point of interest in the droney. Now you're going to hear me say this a lot during this video because I want to make sure that new flyers understand it. And this is just independent of me. The drone is doing that, an automated version. I am not touching the sticks. And so now that it's completed its droney, it's going to return back to its where it started, its starting point. And again, what I want to tell you is there is no obstacle avoidance on this drone, so be careful. You know, if you had trees behind the drone in a situation like that, or a building or something, the drone wouldn't know it and it would back right into it. Okay, I'm going to touch on that little droney arrow again on the right hand side of the screen, and let's do a rocket, and it's got me there. So I'm going to click on the plus sign, and let's kick that one up a ways. Let's go 50 meters on that. Again, we're going to click the start, and it's going to count down, and what it'll do, it'll keep the camera right on me and just go directly above. So it should go up there about 60 some meters, and so it's right above me, and look, it's got me right in the center of frame. So it works pretty good, and it's going to be going for a ways here. It's about 80% done, and my glasses are fogging up. Holy cow! And it's done, so it'll return back to its to where it started. Yeah. Well, it's still got the camera pointed down, ironically. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know if that's the cold weather or not, but it didn't kick that camera back up, which was interesting. So I manually did that, and it's pretty close to the ground. It's about 1.5 meters off the ground, and it was higher than that when it started. So I would say this cold weather is affecting the drone. So let's go back into the next one here, which is an orbit. And we're pretty close for an orbit, but that's okay. I'm going to click that box, and you can see you can pick clockwise or counterclockwise. We're going to do a clockwise. Click start, and I believe it will just do a single orbit around us, and it's starting, and it'll speed up its orbit as it goes. And you can have it much further away than this, but there again, you want to be careful that there's not a tree that you're going to have it go sideways into or something, because it would. It doesn't know that there was anything to the side of it. And yeah, it stopped then, so one full orbit there. And okay, so we got an orbit done. And the next one is unable to switch modes. I wonder why that is. Okay. Next one is Helix. This is one of my all-time favorites. So I'm clicking on myself. We're going to do a, well, heck, we did the orbit clockwise. Let's go counterclockwise on the Helix. Let's click start. And boy, I'll tell you what, I have one finger out of my glove, and it is freezing to death. So it's going to start. But what this Helix is, it's probably my favorite of the QuickShots. What it does is it raises the drone in altitude, and as it's doing an orbit, and it increases the radius of the orbit at the same time. So essentially it's a corkscrew. And it's really fun, and it speeds up as it goes. And you can see we did this pretty close in here. So, and the drone is coming back to its starting spot. And yeah, returning still it says. There we go. Okay, we got one more left. And that is the boomerang. And the boomerang is another interesting one. It does basically an oblong, and it raises in altitude as it goes, and then it comes back down. So we'll leave that one on clockwise, because I'll tell you, I'm so cold, the less I have to touch the screen, the better. So you see it raising in altitude, and it's basically going to kind of just make a big peanut in the sky here. But it's going to go up higher. And there it is right in front of that winter sun. And then it's coming back down and returning to us. This is the day after the winter solstice. So that winter sun is pretty low in the sky. And there it is, back at its original position. Okay, I'm back at the tripod after completing those quick shots. We've got plenty of battery power. We've got 68% battery. Let's grab some altitude and let's go on a little flyabout here. So if all you were looking for in this video was the quick shots, that is the quick shots. But if you want to go with me on a little flight here, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to throw it in sport mode here so we get some speed, and we're going to head out across the street here. And you can see the little fishing pond there is definitely frozen over. And boy, the drone is moving right along. I mean, good on DJI. This is freaking cold out here, and this drone is performing perfectly. So anybody that has been around my channel knows this area well. So this farmer's field, a few years we've tried to guess what they were growing out there, and even an old farm boy like me couldn't tell on some of them. But this is a big old Walmart off in the distance here. So we'll kind of skirt around that guy a little bit, let you take a look. And we're going to go out in the corner of the field here, kind of behind it. Looks like they got plenty of people still shopping. Like I said, today is, what is today? Today's the 22nd, so just a few days before Christmas. And we're 44 meters up, and so we're not super high. This is OcuSync 2 on this drone. And often this is a point when I'm flying drones out here to the corner of this field. It's all not quite a kilometer out to the corner of this field. We're almost there. There is 1 kilometer right there. And often this is when I lose signal on a lot of drones. And I'm seeing I got a little bit of a crooked horizon. I don't know, it's awful cold, so let's yaw around here a little bit. And it's flattened out a little bit. So that's good. But yeah, the signal is good. OcuSync 2 on this drone. So let's fly straight over this way, and we'll see if we can get over and take a look at Costco. You guys have seen that Costco, and I bet you they're real busy too. Let's see how fast we can get this guy up to. Yeah, about almost 16 meters per second. 15.8, 15.9, pretty close. 34, 35 miles an hour we're going here with this little drone. So I'd say that's pretty good. Let's, you know, and the other thing that I always talk about, let's fly over Keith Bird Park here too. This is another local park. And I hear an aircraft. I've got eyes on him. He is way higher than I am. Little private plane up there. You always want to keep your head on a swivel and keep an eye on manned aircraft. But anyway, this is Keith Bird Park here, kind of next to the Walmart. And you see me probably flying faster than I normally do, because you know what? My fingers are darn cold. And this development right here, we've looked at this a lot, and they're making let's slow down a little bit. They're making a lot of progress in this 55 plus community here. These are, I guess you'd call these patio homes. You know, there's not really a very terribly big yard to speak of. Let's pick up the camera a little bit and let's go back around, and you can see pre-Christmas shopping going on at Costco here. Holy guacamole. And we can kind of go over this top of this field that's in front of the Costco here without any issue. And that's off in the distance. There's Heroes Park. That's where I'm at. Look at all those cars. Holy cow. Yeah, it's busy in there today. Okay, hope everybody, you know, of course, by the time you see this, it may be Christmas Day, but I've got my Christmas shopping done, and I hope everybody else does too. Okay, let's move forward here, and we'll bring this guy back to back over the park. And, you know, I must be going against a wind here because I am full stick forward. And we're only at 6 meters per second, and we are in sport mode. So there is definitely a wind going on above the, yeah, and it's starting to pick up a little bit now. I'm going to leave it on this vector because I'm interested in this. That it's slowed down so much here. That is fascinating. It's about half the normal speed. And I'm not, you know, I'm not feeling that big of a wind right now. Let me pick that camera up a little. Yeah, there's definitely some wind. It's picking up again now. Now we're back over, we were up to 10 meters per second there a little bit. Okay, let's start moving it sideways here, and we'll bring it back to us. Kind of making a move sideways. Looking over Meridian, that's, we're kind of looking southeast at this point. Now probably directly east. And you'll see the city of Boise off in the distance. And Heroes Park, there, that big white square, that's Heroes Park. So, yeah. Let's put this guy just for the fun of it. I'm going to go back into normal mode, and I'm going to hit return to home on the controller, and it centers up on us, and here it comes. Let's see how fast it gets going and return to home, and let's see how close we can get to our landing pad here. This drone does not have precision landing, so you know, you don't expect it to land right on the pad. And by the way, I have the larger capacity battery in the drone right now. So I definitely think the cold has affected our flight time today. I think there's little question about it. We're down to 37% battery. And here we are, just right above us here. Dropping that gimbal down as we go. Let's see how close this guy will get. Oh, we're up there a ways. I didn't realize I was that high. I was 88 meters high there. Maybe that's where I must have had return to home set. Well, I don't know. I'll have to go ahead and look and see where I had return to home set. But it's pretty darn close to the landing pad here. But we're not going to land it in the snow for sure. I will hit that pause button, and we'll put it over the landing pad. But look, you know, I mean, it's a foot or two off just as it is. Down she comes. Okay, pause. And let's put it in cine mode, low speed mode, move it over the pad. There we go. That's pretty darn close. So I'm going to go straight down on that left stick. And it should kick the camera up here. Let me stop recording. Let me get everything shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay guys, I got everything shut down. Man, we're going to get this over with fast. It is flipping cold. So the little DJI Mini 3, the Mini 3 Standard, showed you how to do the quick shots. Very versatile little drone. Pretty cool that DJI gives us those kind of features on this bargain price drone. You got to see a little bit of Meridian in the middle of winter time, and I took you on a little flight afterwards. So anyway, that's a little bonus. I hope you enjoyed that. So I hope a lot of people got this drone for Christmas, and I hope you found this little bit of a tutorial helpful. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I absolutely appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Bye now. Brr.